Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GameStar TV and round number 6 of the Injustice 2 circuit, brought to you by GameStar. And, well, it has been 6 rounds of fantastic fun so far. Well, 5.5 really. We're into the top 8 of round number 6. And we've got some of the usual suspects, but of course, we have some new faces here. And I gotta say, it was almost a very, very different top 8, with Castiel picking up not just the first 5 winners' earnings, I guess, from the first 5 rounds, but also picking up tonight's Slow Bob award, because he managed to register and check in with 2 minutes before the cutoff tonight and get himself into the bracket. And of course, he has qualified for the top 8 as the number 1 seed yet again. So, questions that people might have are, can anybody beat Castiel? What will happen to Blue Beetle if he gets picked? Will he maintain his 100% loss record? Who knows? Well, to take you through things tonight, we've got another usual suspect in Enigma, and I'll introduce him now. How are you doing, Enigma?
I'm very well, thank you, Crisis. Thank you guys for joining us once again.
And we have a new face, though, to provide some support for Enigma tonight, and it is, I think, somebody who's known to the rest of the community. Baxter. Good evening, Baxter.
Good evening, how are we?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. So, I'm just trying to figure out how to accept this invitation that you sent me. So, oh, there you go. Join. So, we're going to get into our first match straight away, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Castiel, number 1, versus the number 4 seed for tonight, and that is Ghost Police. So, Matt, I'm going to hand over to you if you want to take it away.
No worries, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys once again for coming back. And no surprise here, Castiel is going to be our first match of the evening. Now, Baxter, as someone who not only has, I guess, worked with Castiel a fair bit, you know, when he first started learning fighting games, how do you think he stands up against everyone else? Also, please remember to go AFK.
Yeah, I'll go AFK now. Yeah, well, Blake or Castiel, you know, he's one of the strongest, if not probably the strongest at the current time within our Australian NRS community. He's pretty much undefeated within the tournament bracket. I think only Waz has reset the bracket once against Castiel. He's been knocked to losers once out of all 5 and a bit rounds of the Injustice League. So he's definitely the favourite to win tonight. However, a few nights ago on Wazminator's stream, I did peep him actually losing to Waz with his Supergirl and Starfire versus Waz's Catwoman. So if those two do meet up in the bracket, we can see maybe an upset for Castiel.
Yeah, definitely as well. This is the first Injustice round on the new patch. So the first ever. It is the first one, I believe, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it is. So, for those who don't know, Injustice recently received a fairly large balance update, which rebalanced a whole bunch of the characters. So some characters such as Catwoman got nerfed, not particularly hard, but in particular Aquaman got some pretty huge changes. I know Castiel didn't play it, but I believe Totslayer played a pretty good Aquaman, and there was a few other people who I'm not actually seeing in the top 8 this week. So it'll be interesting to see how these balance changes affect it. But up first, we do have Castiel, who is currently hovering Supergirl, a character he has expressed he enjoys a lot. What are your thoughts on the character?
She definitely saw some awesome buffs with the latest update. Some much needed damage buffs. You know, I think her average damage output was something like 250 per hit with 1 bar. You know, whereas you look at someone like Black Adam who was doing 600 for 1 bar. So she finally got some much needed buffs, but also, you know, she's got some great tools. She has some of, if not the best, counter zoning tools in the game with her teleport as well as her trait usage. A really fast air dash, and, you know, that great poke with the back 1. So it'll be interesting to see Blake Supergirl here. I know he's a very big fan of the character versus Ghost Police Dr. Fate. And straight away he finds a quick low straight into the 1-bar combo. And already, even though he dropped the combo, it did more damage than what she did in Season 1.
And as well, you can see Ghost Police picking Dr. Fate, a character who for a while was considered very low tier and is actually my main character. And I think this is a very interesting matchup for him. You can see went for an air tech there, but Castiel in the corner ready for it. And you can see now, look at this damage already. That was mealess, and that was pretty much what she used to get for a bar. So as you said as well, some huge changes for Supergirl, and Castiel taking a very quick round one.
Yes,
I actually think though. Oh, sorry.
You're right there. That was a super quick round right there from Castiel. Yeah, quick few hits, and yeah, that air tech was probably not the best decision that Ghost Police could have made. Spending the 2 bars and then getting punished even further for it. So Castiel just looks like he's running away with this one right now.
A very difficult matchup for Dr. Fate actually, just because again, as you said, Supergirl has so many different ways of getting around zoning with, you know, her lasers are super quick, she has air lasers, and Dr. Fate has no way of controlling that airspace with fireballs, which is something that he can struggle with, particularly as well. He loses a lot of counter zoning wars just because his fireball, while it's very solid, being in mid arcs downwards, it often will trade with things like, you know, dead shots, bullets. You know, he can't contest with dead shot at all. Supergirl's lasers will trade as well, and they get more damage. And now you can see Castiel, you spent the trait there and cracked over 400 damage. So that's something that, you know, the Supergirl players have been asking for a long time. And Castiel, with only his first health bar, not even being depleted, takes game number 1 against Ghost Police. What are your thoughts on that one, Baxter?
Yeah, Ghost Police just absolutely got hit by the truck that is Jam Castiel at the moment. He really did not have an answer whatsoever. I'd like to see him using his meter for a bit more of defensive mechanics within the game, you know, maybe push blocks and whatnot, trying to get Castiel off of him. But really, like, good usage from Castiel there, using that back one to whiff punish Ghost Police, trying to poke back with the down one. But yeah, really, just Ghost Police not finding his rhythm that match and just getting absolutely slaughtered. So hopefully, you know, this little tiny break in between the games gives him a moment to reflect on that first game and play a bit more slowly. Use his meter for a few more defensive mechanics like push blocks, maybe meter burn roll if he does get cornered. Finds a gap, just to, you know, maintain that screen distance.
Yeah, but just the start round already caught pressing buttons. Castiel was able to get it back 1, 2, 3, and that time air dashes over and gets a cross up. So now did actually spend his only bar and drop the combo. So bar about, well, Ghost Police actually has the bar advantage now, and something that I want to see him using a little bit more is maybe using the Ankh trait, Ankh 20 trait, because, you know, he gets frame traps that are literally plus 56 on block. But finally getting something started now in the corner against Castiel. Air dash comes in now, and you can see more pressure coming out from him. Good blocks, but Ghost Police tried to counter poke after that down one and does actually get caught out. And that's something as well that actually I think was Supergirl's biggest buff, which other than the damage, they made back 1, 2, 3 safe on block. Which means she now has something that she can keep confirm into to keep herself safe, because anything into that ice breath actually has a huge gap, but Castiel just running over Ghost Police at this point.
Yeah, Ghost Police just really not able to compete there, and each time that Blake is using that plus frame string where she ends it with her 2 knees, he's contesting it, and each time Blake is answering it with the down one. Oh, nice usage of the interactable there. That's a big chunk of damage, and once again he drops the combo, but it still is 360. But yeah, I don't know, Ghost Police just really needs to start trying to anti-air Blake. He's gotten in a few times by just doing a quick air dash and just, you know, land right on top of Ghost Police. But we can see maybe he can mount a comeback from this wager. But I'm not too sure what he can do in terms of preventing Castiel from coming in. He really needs to start contesting with that mid-range where he's using that back one and starting to anti-air Blake when he's trying to come in. Oh, nice, there we go. A short combo there from Ghost Police. Let's see if they can start playing this footsies game. Nice down one pressure there from Castiel. No, yeah, he just doesn't contest that ice breath. Even when Castiel wasn't willing to spend the bar there, he just wasn't. No meter burn back 3, no backdash. Here we go, finally taking the first life bar from Castiel. Let's see if Ghost Police can, you know, keep up this momentum.
The other thing as well is that a lot of strings, I believe even down one into Ice Breath, has a huge gap, so you can actually poke out of it and at least get a trade so he can't get the pressure with just a down one. But now you can see Dr. Fate has managed to take the life bar, tried to pressure it, got a fantastic punish coming out from Castiel, tried to air tag once again in the corner. Not a good thing to try and do against Supergirl. Now you can see so much damage with just an air laser is going to take game number 2. So Castiel showing really well that his Supergirl is crispy and on point. But Ghost Police did play better in that game, but still was just getting caught out by a few small things. In particular, trying to jump out after a plus string and just getting clipped with a down one every single time.
Yeah, he's just contesting that plus frame string a little bit too much. Like, he's not contesting Castiel when Castiel approaches from any real range, you know, whether he's at that mid-range with back one, doing a quick air dash to get in, or he's just simply doing his down one pressure after the plus frame string. He's just not contesting Castiel, and if you don't contest this man, he's just going to run you over. So, Ghost Police, hopefully, you know, he's made a few adjustments. He did manage to get the first life bar there in that second game. So hopefully in this third game, you know, with the progression of how he's been doing so far, he can finally take out Castiel's second life bar and make Castiel adapt.
Yeah, the other thing as well is that Castiel hasn't used the teleport once. He, in this matchup, you know, against Dr. Fate, even though Castiel's zoning abilities are actually trait-based, he hasn't needed to teleport or get around zoning because, you know, zoning's been trading, the life bars have been going, you know, so Ghost Police has never been in a situation where, you know, he can take these trades. Like, you can see his Castiel's fireball knocked down. Now you can see good block, however, as I said, that the teleport comes out. Castiel tried, maybe a little bit impatient there, and actually gets punished for it. So good punish from Ghost Police, but now you can see every time he's trying to do this zoning, well, Castiel's winning because his fireball's knocked down and Fate's do not. Which is something that you really need to be aware of in this matchup, whenever you verse another zoner as Dr. Fate.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit better contesting Castiel right now. There was a really good punish on the mid-burn teleport attempt from Castiel. But there we go, you know, he's taking out that first life bar before Castiel's managed to take out his, so hopefully Ghost Police can keep this advantage, and just as I was saying, 2 quick lasers, you're trying to throw an orb, and that's not how this matchup goes. Supergirl's going to rule the roost with the counter zoning. Here we go, this is the corner advantage, does not block overhead. Oh, got lucky there. Castiel dropping the combo once again.
Gets a crossover as well that time. Dr. Fate went for the meter burn forward 3 and a preemptive back 1. But now you can see in the corner, lots of pressure coming out from Dr. Fate. And Castiel does look a little bit flustered, spends the bar to keep himself safe. And now Ghost Police just trying to back up and create some more space for himself. And just a big fireball is blocked by Castiel in the middle, but no big punish. You can see actually managed to go under the glyph somehow and forces the clash out of Ghost Police.
Go ahead, underestimate.
Yeah, that was definitely some scramble moments right there in that corner. There was close, like point blank range orb straight away into Castiel's face. These guys, oh, brilliant whiff punish there from Castiel. Nice, whipping that uppercut, build a little bit more meter. Here we go, let's see what the Oki is. Nice, he's mixing it up a little bit. He's been using the double overhead with the jump in, then float, another jump in attack, but there he just opted for the plus frame string after the jump in was blocked from Ghost Police. The Ghost Police looks like he's on his last legs right now, not blocking low. No confirm though.
There were great blocks in that situation from Ghost Police. Now, as you can see, actually managed to get the cross up and force the clash from Castiel. Castiel did something really kind of tricky there. It was a little bit of a gimmick where he did the first part that leads into overhead straight into a fast low. A really good awareness from Ghost Police there, but you can see now not a lot of health on both player sides. Castiel does actually run face first into a fireball. Can't do a lot more of that. He's going to take a lot of damage. Whiffs an uppercut, and Ghost Police doesn't get the full launch. And now you can see Miz able to actually get the fireball, and that is going to be Ghost Police taking a game up against Castiel. Still down 1 game, but he's able to close that one out.
Yeah, really nice adjustment there from Ghost Police. You know, he did get a bit lucky with Castiel's lack of confirmation there of those random down ones, that he was getting hits off. Whoa, switch to Catwoman? Okay, no, that was an error. Okay, I was about to say, whoa, Castiel launched the dark side immediately. But no, he's sticking with his guns with Supergirl. Jeez, I thought that was it, you know, he had enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've not seen Castiel play Catwoman once, but, you know, against Dr. Fate, maybe. But, I mean, I feel like Deadshot does better against Dr. Fate, but, you know, whatever. He's going to stick to Supergirl, and I like that decision. Supergirl is very pretty to watch.
Yeah, he's always wanted to play this character right from the beta of this game being released. But you know, she wasn't too strong within the first patch, but now we're receiving those nice few buffs. She's definitely more than a competitive, viable character within the competitive scene now. We can see, you know, US players such as Scar using her to a very high level within the international scene, and of course Castiel now using her within the Injusta rounds. And look at this damage already into the standing reset. Does not block the overhead. Oh, got a few stagger of the kicks there. Nice damage here. Let's see another reset. See what the Oki is.
And now you can see just Dr. Fate caught where Dr. Fate does not want to be. Does have a bar to wake up with, but I like his decision to hold that off, and now does manage to get a forward two into the glyph. But you can see Castiel every single time is just waking up with a laser and trading with Ghost Police Oki. So not good for him. He isn't caught blocking low and is now able to loses his first life bar. Not a lot of health on Castiel's side, but still life bar is a life bar.
Yeah, Ghost Police looks like he's in, yeah, okay, that was a nice clash, like it was very early into the round, but he really needs to get away from this corner. He has the meter advantage over Castiel, so he'll be able to get some life back here, reset the neutral, back to where he likes to be on the screen, throwing those orbs. I like that, he's being patient, he's just holding down back. Oh, no punish on the random uppercut there, input error by Castiel, but luckily goes unpunished. Here we go, not too much damage. Okay, and seals that first life bar from Castiel.
I like the spending of the bar there just to chip out Castiel as well with the fireballs. You know, even though Dr. Fate does rely a lot on bar, tried to get the forward one but was holding down back, and as a result gets the down forward two, which is it's horrible. You miss so many punishes because of that input error. But
yeah,
Dr. Fate in the corner getting work, does actually poke out, good for him, but Castiel with the meter burn back three just randomly wakes up with the glyph that time, and once again Dr. Fate getting pressure in the corner, good blocks on so far, and I like that, starts to push block, gets the air to air, now you can see full combo into an orb setup.
Yeah, there we go, now he's starting to use his meter, but maybe a little bit too late, as Castiel might be running up this round right now. Whoa, random eye laser upwards, did not hit the target.
Castiel is still sitting on Clash now, and a lot of pressure coming out. Ghost Police is not sitting on a lot of bar, managed to build one back now. So he does have a push block or a meter burn, anything to actually get in. Tries to actually spend it, but I love that decision from Castiel. Using a meter burn interactable, gets a hit of armor, and chips out Dr. Fate. And that's going to be Castiel taking his first set of the day, 3-1 up against Ghost Police. Now this is winner's side, so Ghost Police is still going to be able to come back in that loser's side, but just a masterclass in Supergirl in that match, other than a couple of input errors.
Yeah, it was really well played from Castiel there. There was a few input errors, like you were saying, from both sides though. And yeah, Castiel moving through, but good on Ghost Police for actually taking the first win away from Castiel in this round for Injusta this week, because so far he's been 3-0ing every opponent that he's versed thus far. So Ghost Police, like you said, he's not out the tournament. He's in that losers bracket. He can, learn from his mistakes in this match versus Castiel, and hopefully he can make his way back through the losers bracket and hopefully can verse Castiel once again. But we'll see Castiel moving through the bracket into winners finals. Who do we have up next?
Up next, we are going to have Pretty Boy Nikki versus Tot Slayer, but we are going to have a quick 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.